Sunday afternoon baseball on the show as we welcome you inside AT&T. Johnny Cueto, a right-handed native of the Dominican Republic, will be the starter. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, this guy's had a solid year up to this point. It's not an easy thing to do in baseball this year with all the high-scoring games, but this guy has an ERA of sub-3, and that's saying something. If he continues to do that, I think you're going to see a really good performance out of him in this one.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Belt high and right down the middle for a strike. Danny Dero, this Giants team, as they begin play here this afternoon, they've had it going the last 10 games. They're 7-3 over that stretch, including a win last time out.
Yeah, Matty B. Hey, Dero, we're looking at a team that's playing some pretty good baseball right now. Through the first 5 games of this homestand, 4-1, and looking for some bigger and better things.
Yeah, we had a chance to sit down before the game after BP with the manager. He was really pleased with the way his team has played in these last 5. Let's see if it continues today.
Now a dive, but he can't get there, and this is going to be trouble out there in left center. He's in at second safely as a run will score on the play as well.
When he started this game, giving up 3 extra base hits in the opening frame was not what he had in mind. He could still settle down and turn things around on the mound, but the way it's going right now, this has the makings of a start he's going to want to forget.
Digging in the switch hitter, Ozzie Albies, and he's hoping to get things going at the plate. It's been a bit of a struggle for him in recent games. Get on the ground to third. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Runs on. Next to bat for the Giants, Austin Jackson.
Center fielder, Austin Jackson.
The 2-2. Oh, and Jackson connects here and sends this one high and deep out to left field. And that is off the wall.
Cut. Hold.
Boy, Dero, that looked like extra bases right off the bat. This thing carried.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Darren James. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. Spin and a throw back to second, and he'll be back in standing up. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Line to the right side.
Dig hard.
That's in there. Base hit. Long throw to the plate. And not in time as he just crosses the plate in time. And he is in there.
Everything done right, Dan, on both sides, the defensive side and the offensive side, to send him, and the outfielder made a strong, accurate throw, but that runner was safe.
No doubt about it. That's one of those where you got to be aggressive as a third base coach. You know the outfielder has a strong throwing arm. You're taking a lot of things you're trying to get through a decision to send. A good send in a close play, but it all worked out.
Trying to pick things up where he left off, Johan Camargo. He'll swing it from the left side right here.
One of the things this guy would like to do from the left side is better against right-handed pitching. This guy has decent numbers, but not great numbers against right-handed pitchers.
Cueto pauses. Here's the 2-2. A little bouncer. Throw gets him, 2 down. Striding in once again, Rob Brantley, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Hit on the ground to third. On to first, and that'll do it as they manage to not let this inning get out of hand. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. The Braves on top, 5-1. Ready for another shot now, Darren James. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat. Here's the first pitch to him. And a neck-high fastball that time. The 1-0 is a fastball that misses.
Well, those were a couple of close pitches right there in the inner part of the zone. Hitters will tell you, pitches in that location are tough to do anything with.
Hard liner toward short. A leap, but he can't bring it down. Base hit.
I appreciate the moxie right there, but 3 fastballs at this level usually turns into a knock.
Stepping in for the Braves, Ozzie Albies 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far. Here's a look over to first, and he has to dive, but he's back in easily. Three and one, here it is. And he lays off here. A nice job. It's ball 4. First and second now with 1 away. Digging in once again, Johan Camargo. He was a ground out victim last time up. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. Digging in, Rob Brantley. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. 9 men come. Digging in and looking for more, Darren James. And they're runners at the corners now. From the stretch. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. 3 runs already home here. Oh, and 2, here it comes.
Run it,
and this will ricochet off of him on the mound. But he is able to recover as he gets the out at first. 1 away now. And with that play over. The next to bat for Atlanta, Darren James. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. He's ready. Here's the first offering. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Jackson is there, and he makes the catch for the out. Here's Buster Posey now. Last time through was a base hit.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one. Well, talk about having a pretty special game.
Here's Joe Panik. He was retired after popping out in his last at-bat. Line drive to left. That gets down. He's got himself a base hit. Belt rounds the corner and is headed home. He'll score easily as they inch back here, but there's still a ways to go. Ready once again, Darren James. He flew out in his last at-bat. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. High in the air out towards shallow right. McCutchen is there, and he puts this one away for the 3rd out. So a great job there of working. Here's Austin Jackson, the center fielder. Bases are empty, 1 man out.
Austin Jackson.
Pulls this one in the air out to left. James is there, and folks are starting to head for the exits now. 2 gone here in the 9th.
And this will wind up being one of those kind of saves you used to see back in the 70s. I'll tell you, he was on fumes at the end there.
This coach wants his players ready to rise to the challenge of clutch moments.
Tonight we've got baseball from the banks of the Allegheny, PNC Park in Pittsburgh. It's the opener of this. Royce Anthony, a Missouri-born right-hander, gets the job of starting pitcher here. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
This guy's a pretty good pitcher, and I was looking through the stats, and one thing jumped out at me, a sub 1.20 whip coming into this start. That tells me a couple of things. One, he's not afraid to throw strikes, and two, when he does throw strikes, he throws quality, and he still gets people out.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. So 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 men left on. So striding in, Darren James. He comes in today leading the National League in hitting this year.
James.
Now here's the pitch. And a changeup right down the middle. Dero, Dan, we look at this Pirates ball club as they enter play here tonight. They do come in off a victory last time out, but they've really hit the skids here recently. Losers of 8 of their last 10 ball games.
Yeah, Matty V. Hey, Dero, talk about a team that's scuffling right now. I had a chance to talk to the manager before the game. He's not happy. The players aren't happy.
Yeah, and just a malaise has kind of come over this clubhouse. We had a chance, like you said, to walk through it a little bit. The boys are not jumping around. This is a big game today.
And he couldn't get him to chase the 0-2 fastball. It's 1-2. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Patrick Johnson.
Yeah, Dan, we got Patrick Johnson behind the dish tonight. Fairly standard strike zone most of the time, but he's definitely a pitcher's umpire.
I always felt like this. He will give a little bit on the corners, both inside and outside. I think he's a fair umpire, but I would rate him more as a pitcher's umpire than a hitter's umpire.
Take a look at the Pittsburgh Pirates defensive lineup.
Ready for another chance? Darren James. He flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat.
All right, make the turn, make the turn.
Hard liner, but picked up on a hop. One there, on to first to complete the double play. Here now is the catcher, Tyler Flowers. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far.
Flowers.
The 2-2. And this ball's pretty well struck high and deep to left field. And this one is gone. A home run.
Wow, that's what a pitcher gets for not putting what he thought was a bad call in the rearview mirror. I think he was still fuming.
Here's Gregory Polanco. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
Polanco.
Here's the pitch on 2-2. Now it's driven the other way with some authority. Headed toward the foul pole. And gone right down the line the other way. Wow! So that was the 3rd home run for these guys today.
You know, Dero, looks like the boys have got.
Striding into the box, Darren James. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Here comes the first pitch. And that misses for ball 1.
These are huge innings for a team's morale. The pitcher wants to go out and throw that shutdown inning up and get the boys back swinging the bats again with a chance to capitalize and even extend this current lead.
And it's belted high and deep into right center. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. Solo shot to right center. Number 14 on the season, and it's a 5-3 game now.
Boy, when the leading MVP candidate steps into the box, I'm not sure it's wise to challenge him, especially with a pitch like this, but they do, and he makes them pay for their mistakes.
So the Pirates batting order turns over and set to go. Starling Marte. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Skied in the air to straightaway left. James has it in his sights, and that's the 3rd out. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. Back with more here on a Tuesday night after this. So the next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Adam Frazier. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. And the pitch. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Moving under it, James. And he brings it in for the 2nd out of the inning. Digging in, Darren James, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
And that last at-bat when he went deep, he turned around a pretty good fastball. So I'm kind of thinking this guy's a good fastball hitter. So I might want to move that ball up and down and in and out and try not to throw it right down the middle of the plate.
Ball 1 to start the at-bat. The 1-0. Oh, and this one is hit a ton out to center. Racing back the center fielder. And it's gone. So it's a solo shot to dead center. And this one gives them the lead. It's 6-5. Well, if you're just joining us, that's the 7th home run hit so far in this game. Really unbelievable stuff.
Yeah, Matty V. Hey, you know what, Hero?
Here now is the catcher, Tyler Flowers. It was a backwards K, a strikeout looking for him in his last at-bat. The 0-2 home. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. James racing back on the warning track. He makes the catch. A look at our line score thus far. Already 7 home runs between these two clubs combined, and the ball's really been jumping out of here throughout the contest. At the plate, Darren James has gone deep twice in the game, making him 2 for 4.
This guy's having a pretty good week so far in one game. His last at-bat is 2nd home run of the game. We'll see if they'll pitch him a little bit more carefully in this AB.
First offering on its way. Looks at a sinker on the outside corner. As we near the end of this one, I think it's safe to say that the story of the game has undoubtedly been the long ball. Guys, what do you think about what we've witnessed?
Well, as a former offensive player, I absolutely love it. Kudos to both lineups for doing absolute damage today. One of the most fun watches of the year.
You know, D-Row, what this shows me is this new age way of guys going up there, and they're swinging hard. You need to make good pitches, quality pitches. And if you don't have command of the fastball, you're in for a long day. And we saw that here this afternoon, the ball flying out at near record pace.
Nice piece of hitting right there. Looked like the guy on second had to respect it and freeze a little bit.
He had to freeze there for a second to make sure that line drive gets through, but eventually does get to third base.
Prior to the 0-1, here's a look to first. And a dive, but he's back in there. Runners are at first and third, 1 away. And there he goes towards second. Grounded to short. A dive, but he can't knock it down. It's through for a base hit. The relay throw, and they'll get the man at third here at least, but in the interim, a run has come in to score.
Yeah, they showed a lot of grit to get the win here. They trailed by 4 runs, but never panicked. They just set about doing the little things that would get them back into it, and the next thing you know, They're celebrating a well-earned victory.
This one ends with a 10-5 score. The Braves came through late, taking the lead in the 8th to secure the victory. Sam Freeman. Now from the north shore of the Allegheny River, we're inside beautiful PNC. Chad Poole will be on the mound for the Buccos. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, hitters have had their way with this guy this year. This is a stat any pitcher doesn't want to have attached to him. The league hitting over 300. That's righties and lefties hitting over 300 against this guy. That's something he's going to drastically have to improve on.
A high fastball is in there. Dero, Dan, we look at this Pirates ball club as they are tonight. It was another loss for them last time out, and that makes them 2-8 over their last 10 games.
Yeah, Matty V, it hasn't been a very good homestand. And Dero, through the first 5 games of this set, 1-4, that's not going to get it done at this level.
Yeah, and have lost in a variety of ways, whether it be on some bad pitching, some mistakes in the middle of the zone, untimely defense, not swinging the bats well. They have to find a way to get this win today.
The 1-2. Misses, ball 2. And there are the umpires working this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Patrick Johnson.
You know, D-Roll, Patty Johnson, decent strike zone, but isn't always super consistent. I think that's one of the things that irritates players and pitchers.
Yeah, you're going to see a few glares, not only from the offensive guys, but maybe the guy on the mound as well. He needs to be a little bit more consistent.
Line towards center field. Marte is there now, and he has it. 2 gone.
He got that one pretty good. It just didn't have the right launch angle to carry over the outfielder's head. Small difference where the ball hit the bat could have made all the difference.
So coming to the plate, Starling Marte, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. This is in the air out to left field. James is under it. 2 down. In now, Darren James. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Darren James.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And that one just missed outside. The 1-0 home is looked at for ball number 2. Now the 2-0. Drilled right back up the middle and into center field as he's aboard with a 1-out single.
Dan, after that base hit right there, he's got a 6-game hitting streak going.
You know what? And this could lead him on to some bigger and better things right here. He's been swinging the bat pretty well, and he's been rewarded for it, as you talked about. 6-game hitting streak so far.
And prior to the first pitch, he'll look to first. A dive, but he's back. Another look to first, and he'll get dirty, but he's back in safely. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1.
Now, I'm sure these infielders know it, but this hitter can burn down the baseline. So if he puts a ground ball in play, the defense is going to have to make a perfect turn to turn 2.
Hit in the air to left field. Dickerson will drift over to his right a few steps as he takes it for the 2nd out. On to first, a double play. 1 hit in the inning, but no one left. Now batting, Adam Frazier. He's set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Adam Frazier.
That's lifted the other way out to left. James comes in a few steps as he hauls it in for the 1st out. Josh Bell the next to hit. He drew a base on balls his first time up. Skied in the air to straightaway left. James is in his tracks now, and that's out number 2. A little bit over halfway home tonight, bottom of the fifth, as we get a look at our line score to this point. And boy, just one hit for these guys, and they have not swung the bats well. That's putting it mildly. Standing in. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And this is taken outside for ball one. Now the 1-0. Grounded weakly to the right side. Harrison ranges to his left. Throw on to first, 2 gone. And that'll bring in Adam Frazier. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
Adam Frazier.
Smoked on the ground left side. And that's through for a hit. And that means that Corey Dickerson will bat with 2 out.
Boy, not the way you'd like to draw up an 0-2 pitch, D-roll, but from a hitter's perspective,
Up next for the Buccos, Josh Bell comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Pulled high in the air out to left field. James is there, and that ends the inning.
Now batting, second baseman, Danny Morello.
Hit on the ground toward the left. And that finds its way through for a base hit. Onto the shortstop, but thrown away.
Definitely tried to elevate the heater right there with 2 strikes, but caught way too much.
And that'll bring in Adam Frazier. And with men on base and 2 away, it feels like this at-bat could go a long way toward deciding this thing.
No doubt, Matt. A base hit here changes this game quite a bit. But if they can't score here, it looks pretty bleak.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. The Steel City at night, seen there from the split of the Ohio River as we welcome you back to PNC Park. First offering on its way. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner. 1 out, nobody on. Soriano playing here in his age 29 season. He was selected in the first round during the first-year player draft of 2018.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on a superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has, nice pick.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count. The 1-2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Here he comes again, 1-2. And a swing and a miss, so the NL's leading hitter is set down on strikes, and there are 2 gone.
Just tied him up with that. Well, the skipper has to be pleased. They go on the road and win the first 2 of this 3-game series, playing for the sweep tomorrow.
This evening's game finishes 2-0. Afternoon baseball on tap from one of the best yards around, PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Today, the 3rd and final game in this 3-game series between the Atlanta Braves and the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's Pirates baseball. Jamison Taillon gets the start for Pittsburgh in this one. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, this guy's had a solid year up to this point. It's not an easy thing to do in baseball this year with all the high-scoring games, but this guy has an ERA of sub-3, and that's saying something. If he continues to do that, I think you're going to see a really good performance out of him in this one.
A breaking ball taken at the knees for strike 1. And guys, as we take a look at the Pirates coming into this afternoon, they've been fairly punchless of late, losing last time out and in fact dropping 6 of their last 7.
Yeah, Matt, things haven't gone too well so far in this series, D-Row. They're looking to avoid the sweep here in this one.
Yeah, they got to get off in the early innings. It's going to be monumental if they can push a few runs across and give this pitcher a chance to relax.
Now he goes the other way, and he got a lot of it high and deep to left center field. And this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. So a 2-run shot to left center. Home run number 16 for him on the year. And it's given Atlanta a 2-0 lead.
Well, if I was the manager, I would tell my pitchers to work around this guy. I mean, he's hit 3 home runs against them in this series. What more do they need to see? 4, 5? Jeez, enough is enough.
So the next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Tyler Flowers. And the Pirates trying to make this first inning even more productive here. Pulled high in the air out to left field. James is there to make the catch, and they'll escape the bases loaded jam by giving up just 1 run. So it's 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 3 men left stranded. On now to the top half of inning number 2. Braves lead this one 2-1. Trying to pick things up where we left off, Darren James. He hit a 2-run jack in his first at-bat.
The last at-bat, Matty D, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
Takes a fastball on the inside corner. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Hard hit ball to second. Gloved by Harrison. Throw in time, and the side is retired. 1 left for Atlanta. They still lead it 2-1. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Corey Dickerson. A base hit in his first trip.
Corey Dickerson.
This is hit the other way out toward left field. James has a play. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Ready for another shot now, Darren James. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Here's the first pitch to him. And he takes a pitch right down the middle. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Line drive to center field. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So the 2-out base hit, and the top of the inning is still alive. So a line drive single to center makes it 2 hits for him this afternoon. And you can see there where he ranks on the Braves team leaderboard. Currently tops on the ball club in that category. And that'll bring in the former top prospect, Ozzie Albies.
Second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
Now a throw over to first, and the runner back. The 0-2 delivery. Hit in the air to left. Dickerson's after it. And the inning is over. On 2 hits, Josh Bell the next to hit. He'll get his side started in the inning, and Dan, so far they've been stifled offensively since the first inning.
Boy, they sure have, Matt. They came out of the gates and got hot right away, but whatever was going for them pretty much has disappeared. We'll see if they can wake it back up.
And he's safe at first as he... Darren James will stand in here, but before he does, let's take you back to the very first inning. This was a 2-run home run right out of the gate that really got these guys off to a fast start. Here comes the first pitch. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike.
Well, if you could throw it for a strike consistently, a first pitch changeup is effective. Hitters are almost never looking for it.
Harper, the runner at first with 2 gone.
Come on,
Hit sharply on the ground. Harrison has it. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. Braves strand 1, but they still lead it 3-2. Striding in once again, Darren James. He's 2 for 4 in the ballgame. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Missed with a slider. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
Now the 2-0. Lifted the other way down the left field line. And that will end up a foul ball. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
You know what was really impressive to me about that strikeout? He fell behind 2-0 to start the at-bat. That's a pretty bad place to be, but then he kind of refocused himself and came right. Well, these guys feel pretty good about themselves, and they should. Anytime you can come into somebody else, sweep a 3-game tilt, you're doing something right. Great team effort.
6-2, the final total today.
A coach presses a player to keep raising the bar.